What's going on, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Today we've got this awesome list that I've been wanting to share for a really long time. I've been really excited for this list, but I've been missing Luke Cage. Yesterday we unlocked Luke Cage and I finally have access to the full list of this one, and I wanted to share it because it's something that I've been thinking about for a long time and really have enjoyed playing it as soon as we started picking it up. So this deck is really built around a Cerebro 2 kind of frame, with all of your kind of like common Cerebro 2 cards being Brood, Miss Fantastic, Storm, Mr. Sinister, lots of cards like that. But it's also got these two kind of really cool tech cards in there, being Luke Cage and Hazmat, who recently got a change so she can now be included in Cerebro 2. I've been loving playing this list. It's really, really enjoyable. I think Luke Cage just adds to Cerebro 2 in so many different ways, not only just being able to change locations, changing power, but also, you know, detrimental things that happen like scorpions from your opponent. It just feels really smooth to play, and particularly with Onslaught Citadel as the featured location, this deck has been firing off and just doing all sorts of crazy things. So wanted to share this list. Hope you enjoy the video. Stick around and check out the gameplay. We had a ton of fun playing this one. I'm going to take off, but until the next one, I'll see you then. Cerebro. But you know what? Oh, now I feel so bad for playing Mr. Fantastic. Do we want to do that? Maybe we want to do this. Maybe you just want to do this. Electro, you say, so. Okay, so what we... It's only these two that are going to get buffed. But I mean, maybe just like throwing out power is like a good thing. Well, we don't lose that. So this adds an extra 4. We can hit him with the hazmat, hey. What does he win here? He's got a massive Mr. Fantastic. We also have Prio, so this is even more awkward. But we do have a Goose here. So we'd have to... Spectrum. Oh, actually the Hazmat came in super clutch there. Shuts down Onslaughts over there. Lots of different things that it shuts down. It feels pretty good. So I'm liking this playline. Oh, we can slow play things with like Luke Cage here if we want. Luke Cage, and then we'll save a spot for Blue Marvel Cerebro Mystique here. Yeah. I like this. Let's do Cage. We could have done Scorpion. Maybe there was a some warrant playing Scorpion there. Or we can also do like the flip on the late game, in the late if we want. Maybe this is just 2 power, right? We have Prio, so it's just going to hit Cosmo. Which is kind of weak, but I have a plan. Right? This is part of my plan. Okay. Okay, so we do... Oh, wait, we can't do this. That was the only thing we lock ourselves out of. But I think we're still okay here. I think we're still okay. We can actually probably do this, which is better. And then we can... We have an option. We have some option too. Blue Marvel. Okay, so we actually did block him out of his Blue Marvel as well, which is nice. So we can do the sneaky game ender here. and just see if we can get it out. Because he might be slow playing it for the last turn. I actually don't hate this. I'm going to go for it. So we are going to come up over the top in the middle, unless he's got a, you know, a card that spreads power or spreads board presence or whatever. So he goes for Patriot Mystique here, but he has no tokens on the board, and we just end the game. Love to see that one. Love to see that one. So he was probably preparing for an Ultron here, almost certainly preparing for an Ultron. We just end the game on him. Love to see it. Do that. We had 8 to each card. Could also storm it out now. I'm like wondering if like storming it out's just better. Potentially really start to lock things down here if we storm this out, and then we can like goose as well. We can really start to make some things awkward, I think. Okay, so we have Mystique as well. I think this is probably the play. I'd probably really like to see Brood here. If you can get Brood. So this is Mysterio. Probably through the clone middle, if I'm guessing. But, yeah, not certain. Okay, so we can Scorpion Goose, which I think is probably just the play. We might Goose here. Scorpion. Do we want to get ourselves in trouble by... We could just do this and just say we're going after these 2 locations. Which is also not a bad thing. Let's do this. I'll hone in here. I'll hone in. Shuri. Okay, so this makes it great that we played Goose here, to be honest. Has to like Shuri, I don't even know what you can Shuri here. Like a Doom? Shuri a Doom. 10 here. 5/5. It's not bad. Actually wins him the game. If this is a Mysterio clone. Is Shuri Doom? Can't Doom here. I have to see what this is. Actually, no, it wouldn't have won him the game. It wouldn't have won him the game, Shuri Doom. It's 12. Swordmaster. Interesting, he didn't play the Swordmaster here. He plays the Swordmaster here, he comes much closer. And this ended up being his clone anyways. So, very interesting playline there he ended up with. Storm it out, add a bit more value later. I think this is okay. The Cerebro costing 4 from the Icebox is actually really impactful. Okay, so Thanos list, interesting. This could be cool. Okay, so we're going to have to split Cerebro Mystique over 2 turns here. That's just what's going to happen. So we have to do probably Cerebro next turn. We could also like storm something out this turn. Kind of force him to start playing into maybe awkward places. Actually don't mind that, to be honest. Because I feel like we could make things awkward here. Time Stone gets sniped as well. This poor guy. Everything's getting sniped. Because I feel like board space is a real premium with Thanos decks. So I think anything that you can do to limit the amount of space they have to play is like really pretty impactful. So next turn we can Mystique Hazmat if we draw Luke Cage. If we don't draw Luke Cage, you're just going to go like Mystique and Iceman, or Mystique Goose, Mystique Scorpion, whatever we get, we can play here. Alright, let's see what he wants to do here. Honestly, this deck is by far my favorite Cerebro deck by a long way. It just feels like you got a lot of options. I think particularly the Goose is really, really nice, especially at the moment on Onslaught Citadel. It's kind of crazy. Wow. Interesting play. Wonder if he has a death or something handy. Okay, so we didn't draw what we thought we might have needed. We can do this, though. Do we need to do that, though? Blue Marvel is so tasty. Next turn, I mean, you could have something to shut this down. I just don't know. These things cost 10. Okay, so the wave tells me he probably has a death. I think the Blue Marvel on Sword Citadel, I think is just too good. Unless this is an Enchantress. Oh, damn, he had a huge final turn. Just focusing the locations. So what we should have done is just focus the locations as well. And we should have played Iceman here. If we played Iceman here, we clean that game up. Like, no issues at all. But yeah, we just didn't have enough to here. So the wave really did shut us down there. Essentially just storm out back to building. If we want. It's an option. Could have also given him a Mr. Sinister. It's not particularly impactful in any way for him, I don't think. Alright, Scarlet Witch. Eternity Range. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world for us. If we get Rude, we'll storm that out. Do we want to storm this out anyways? Next time we can do Mr. Fantastic Iceman. Which doesn't feel too bad either. Final turn, we Mystique Cerebro. Turn 5, not sure yet, but I'll just do this. Why not? Because if we accidentally, well, not accidentally, if we allow ourselves to get a rock here, we start limiting our board space quite a fair bit for the next few turns until Miniaturized Lab opens up. So I actually like this a bit better. And good that we had Prio there. It's actually great. Okay, so things become a little less valuable, but I think this is still the play that we chose before. Let's go ahead and do this. Turn 5 is going to be awkward. If we get Blue Marvel off the top, super happy. Brood, not perfect. I wonder if we should have just thrown Iceman in middle here. Just for a bit of extra power. Maybe we should have. Maybe we should have. It wouldn't have mattered. It would have pulled Iceman back over the Polaris. Okay, so this is where things get a little awkward. However, we can do this Mystique Brood on the final turn, which is kind of sick as well. Let's do this. Don't know if he's got anything to shut this down. He very well might. This just looks like a standard Silver Surfer list with Scarlet Witch. So that's cool. I think we still continue on with this play. This is the play. So could have a rogue. Could have a rogue in his Silver Surfer deck. That would be the biggest counter to us. Otherwise, it just looks like Silver Surfer Brood potentially from him. Could be Silver Surfer Brood Rogue, which would be, yeah, crushing for us. We would get the Mystique off anyways. It's going to be a close one. He does have a pretty easy way to add 6 power middle. Oh, no, he doesn't. Scarlet Witches too. This is going to be close. This will be a close one. Look, we added a fair bit of power here. The Killmonger is not insane. Iceman himself. Okay, and then Silver Surfer. No, I think we've got this one. We do. On points difference. Yeah. Because the Scarlet Witch is only 2. Very nice. Very nice. Before he starts getting cards out. Okay, so... the only card that we would want to play into here that's above 5 is that's above, sorry, 4, 5, or 6, that is Blue Marvel, but I think I like what we're doing here better anyways. Okay, so if we get Cage, we're in a really good spot here, to be honest. I think I'll do this to start off. Really, he has no turns on the first 3 plays of the game. Very interesting. We can Storm Brood this easily. We can even just keep pushing power out on the board. Cerebro and Mystique kind of buried in our deck a bit, but we only need to draw a Cerebro to make this pop off a bit. Okay, how do we counter a Shuri here? We don't have any great way to counter Shuri at the moment. So, but she would have to roll in, like, it would have to be Red Skull Taskmaster, I guess. Red Skull Taskmaster here. Or it could be Red Skull Taskmaster here as well. This Hazmat doesn't make any sense, so... unless we get Luke Cage on the final turn, but can't really bank on drawing that. Wow. 14 power Chain Foster. You don't see that every day. You do not see that every day. The Scorpion taking 2 off the top is actually quite nice. So I think this is just going to be our play. We get a lot of power out here, actually. Everything goes up by 4, and we have a lot of cards out, so I think we win that one pretty comfortably. Okay, Maximus. Right. Right. Is this just... okay, let's go with this. We'll start things off with this. He could have a big shutdown here with like an Enchantress or a Rogue or something. I love Goose over here too. Okay, let's do this. Oh, that Scorpion, we really need Luke Cage. Enchantress? No, you can't have Enchantress yet. Killmonger. Interesting Killmonger play. Curious. Luke Cage. We need Luke Cage, so we got 3 cards left. One of them is Luke Cage, indeed. I think Goose is actually more impactful here. Still gonna have enough energy to do 3 things on the final turn. Hopefully we draw Luke Cage or Cerebro. The other thing that we can do is we can Mystique this. So we just Mystique 1, 2. This does essentially lock us out of a lot of lanes. I think I don't mind it. No, I don't mind this actually. Do this. You could like just shut all of this down. Interesting. Luke Cage here doesn't really do much, but it will do something for our Hazmat play. I was going to say, like, you just have to figure out what we're doing. We had a lot of energy that turn. But I think Hazmat and Luke Cage was definitely the core of it. Essentially, I only got 2 locations to play into here, so we could get a little awkward here. Right. What do we got here? Muir Island. Not what you want to see. Not what you want to see with a Cerebro deck. We have to play anyway. We have to win 2 locations, and we have only got 2 locations we can play into. So the Cerebro game plan goes out the window. We go down more of a Blue Marvel Mystique route here, which should be okay too. All right, getting Cerebro off the top is definitely not what we wanted. But I'm thinking just buffing these cards is just the best thing we can be doing. At least right now. Goose off the top would be great. Goose off the top would be top tier. That way I think we actually have a real chance here. Actually, do we even play Goose? Maybe we don't. We did get Goose. Now I'm like, if we play Goose, we can't do other things here. Alright, I think we have to do this. We just play these 2 on the final turn. I don't know how I'm supposed to win this. If he snaps, we got to get out of here. He could think we have a Spectrum deck. Definitely could think we have a Spectrum deck here. So he fills it up too. He's almost certainly going to be in the lead here. Long Sunspot and Typhoid Mary. Well, that's an interesting one. Well, a card here wins it for him. Curious game we've ended up in here. So he really just wanted to get out those things at Wong. He just wanted the Muir Island buff, I guess. But maybe he doesn't have a way to get into Plunder Castle either, and then it becomes a 2-lane game. This is actually good that we went after. Oh. Wait, so he just said, I'll beat you with the Sunspot.
Wind, aid my hand.
He just said, I'll beat you with the Sunspot. See, I didn't even play Mr. Fantastic into the middle location because I thought we'd lose in Plunder Castle, but very nice. End up getting the win out there.